Welcome to Positive Atheism English channel. Today, I am going to continue from where I left the article on the occasions when Periyar found the need to propagate atheism, written by Dr. K. Veeramani, President, Dravidar Kazhagam, Chennai. In the course of his struggle for human rights, Periyar found the vested interest using the blind faith of the masses to keep them discriminated and servile. In 1922, he proposed a resolution in the annual Provincial Congress meet at Lirupur, a town now famous for knitwear, to allow people of all castes to enter into temples. The resolution was defeated by the Vaidics, who were in majority. The substance of the arguments that took place on the occasion between Periyar and those who opposed the resolution were published subsequently. The same may be summarized like this. Periyar: why do you oppose the proposal? The Vaidics: Hindu religion does not permit people of all castes to enter into temples. Those who belong to lower castes are not permitted. Periyar: how do you say they are of lower castes? The Vaidics answered: Panchamas are outcasts and untouchables. Avarnas do not belong to any of the four Varnas. Those assigned a place outside the Varna fold are very low castes. So, the people who belong to the castes that come under these two categories, namely Panchamas and Avarnas, have no right to enter into temples. Then Periyar questioned, how can we abolish untouchability if people are discriminated on the basis of caste? Abolition of untouchability is a part of the constructive program of our party. What moral right do we have to oppose apartheid in South Africa if we discriminate people on the basis of their birth in a particular caste? All are born equal. They should have equal human rights. How can we deny the religious rights of our own countrymen, our own brethren? Vaidics answered, but Varna Dharma of Hindu religion assigns unequal status to different castes. We cannot ignore that. Then Periyar questioned, why should we not give up Varna Dharma? Vaidics answered, we should not. It is the basis of Hinduism. How can you say so? Periyar asked. Then Vaidics answered, our scriptures sanctify it. Itihas, Ramayana and Mahabharata and Smritis like Manu Dharma Shastra have asked us to adhere to Varna Dharma. Then Periyar questioned, then I will burn Ramayana and Manu Dharma Shastra as a protest against the practice of untouchability. Then Vaidics said, this is sacrilege. The origin of the four Varnas is mentioned in Rigveda and the Vedas are the words of God. It is at this junction that Periyar should have thought of the necessity of propagating his personal atheistic conviction to promote public good. He realized that the vast majority of Indian population was suppressed and denied social equality due to their unquestioning faith in God and blindly accepting the unjust and discriminatory religious traditions. When he had made this decision, a call came from Kerala to lead a peaceful struggle at Vaikom in the then princely state of Travancore. The Panchamas and Avarnas were not allowed to use the roads around the temple at that little town. The presiding deity of the temple is Mahadevar, that is Lord Shiva, also known as Vaikattu Appan among the local people. The leaders who began the peaceful agitation, Satyagraha, were all imprisoned, and so it had come to stand still when Periyar arrived there. As soon as reached the place in April 1924, he began his propaganda in and around the town. He refuted the idea of temple being polluted and the idol losing its divinity if lower caste people use the roads near the shrine. He told, if Vaikattu Appan practices discrimination, then we shall take out this idol from the temple and use it for washing clothes, or we shall break it into pieces and use the same for laying a road. It was for this heresy and sacrilegious remarks he was sentenced to undergo rigorous imprisonment for 6 months. But the hesitation had gained popular support and ultimately they succeeded in getting the right for all to use the roads around the temple. And this success gave fillip to temple entry movements in various places. Periyar found families with a large number of children leading a miserable life, particularly when the earnings were limited. They were not free from poverty and disease. People grow up with their essential needs inadequately fulfilled, not properly fed, clothed, and educated. Their health is not taken proper care of. Women are the worst sufferers in such conditions. They often fall sick. They are seen slaving away all day, taking care of the needs of too many children. Quarrels between husband and wife are not uncommon. The women receiving blows now and then. Moved by such pitiable sights, Periyar recommended birth control as a basic measure to better family life. He was doing it from 1929. The religionists slandered him for propagating family planning. They said giving birth to children happens according to God's will. Interfering with that, what he had ordained is a sin. Here again, Periyar had to explain elaborately how everything was done by humans and nothing was done by God. He spoke in this vein not only in the public meetings but also in thousands of self-respect marriages he conducted. Periyar was a realist. He found the necessity of explaining to the people that everything is done by human endeavor and nothing by God or by any divine force. This he did to remove injustice and exploitation, to restore human dignity, and to instill self-confidence. He stressed that men and women behave in a responsible manner only when they give up the false notions of everything taking place in this world according to God's will. It is not God but humans who make or mar their lives. Periyar wanted everyone to be aware of this essential truth. Friends, I have told of a few among many instances that explain how Periyar became disillusioned and unconvinced with the ideas about God and religion, and how he found it necessary to explain things from atheistic point of view for eradicating injustice and suffering and for promoting justice and welfare. And here ends the article, and we shall meet again with another article in another episode. Thank you.
For more videos, please subscribe to this channel Positive Atheism and activate the bell icon. Please download Samaram multi-channel app and watch your favorite channels from your mobile. App available on Google Play Store and subscribe to the channels.